All right, so here we are with the blog, just recently released. So of course the developers here are addressing the release date and some other stuff. So let's have a read. So it starts off with our blog is now open. Here we will keep players up to date on the latest news and developments. First, we would like to address one of the most frequently asked questions since the OBT. When is the release date? I would like to announce the release date as soon as possible. I truly can't wait to play with you all every day. I want to help my teammate who hid and went down using CU. We do love CU. We're working diligently on development adjustments, implementation, and bug fixes based on the OBT survey responses. As development progresses, we can give a more definite schedule. However, we can announce our development team is working to release My Hero Ultra Rumble this fall 2023. Okay, we are sorry to keep you waiting, but we appreciate your patience while we work towards launch. I'd also be very grateful if I could communicate with all players in these months through this blog. Now, regarding the implementation and modifications mentioned above, here is what we can tell you right now. New training mode. A new mode has been added that allows you to freely set your character's level and items and practice. We hope you will learn the move quirk of each character. That's very useful because there are some quirks in the game where like they're kind of weird to use, like when you first get hold of them, and it might end up you losing a few games before you actually wrap your head around what you're supposed to do with that character, be it one move or all three. So for it to have that is really, really useful, because then instead of, you know, taking a gamble and jumping into a match and being like, boy, I hope this works out for me, you know, you can just legitimately know how to use that character relatively well enough to hold your own before you even have to commit to an actual match, which is not only good for yourself but good for your teammates, because your teammates they won't like it if you're running around with a guy that you don't know how the hell to use, you know. So it's good both ways. Good for you as the player learning, and good for you as the player not learning, because then you can assume that in theory most people will have a handle on a character in training mode before they went anywhere else with them. AI improvements. We are making improvements to the AI algorithm and attack frequency so that attacks are launched from a reasonable distance. We will continue to enhance the challenge of battles even when the CPU joins. That's cool. I don't really mind too much about that. It's not really, you know, news breaking stuff there, but the AI is better. Well, we're all for it. Improve matchmaking. We are working on improving matchmaking settings so players can play with more ease. Yeah, there was tons of plays in the beta, but apparently some folks did have issues finding matches. And even myself, there were sometimes where we had like a full lobby, or we just needed like one or two more people, but we would end up sitting in that pre-game screen for quite a while. So if they can knock that on the head and, you know, make that more reliable, because the amount of players wasn't a problem at all. They had tons. It was just a matter of getting into the game and making the game start. But honestly, overall, it wasn't that bad for me. But some people said otherwise. But I'm glad to hear they're working on it, you know, either way. Character rebalancing. The range of win rates between characters narrowed in the open beta test. However, we will continue to adjust the balance, the strengths and weaknesses of each character. Balance adjustments will be posted in the dev blog when they've been implemented. I wonder who this applies to. I wonder who it is that they're looking at when they say this. Is it Shigaraki? Is it Darby? Is it Ida? Those are the ones that immediately spring to mind. But, you know, who knows? Improved user reporting functionality. We're also improving the reporting system so that players, other than those in the middle of a game, can also report bad behavior. We will continue to act as needed to maintain a fun and fair user experience. The open beta test result will be on next week. We hope to continue to disclose and communicate with you on this blog, so please check back for the next update, and we'll see you again in the next update. Alba Miyazaki. Fabulous stuff right there. Very glad to hear that. Again, I would have loved to have gotten this game sooner, but honestly, as long as it's still within 2023, I think it's pretty good date to go with. Looking very, very forward to it. Yeah, I don't know. You guys let me know. What do you think about this? I am stoked to play this game, and we did get a leak very recently about the date, but they decided to make it official now. Maybe they saw it and they thought, you know, screw this leaker. We may as well put it out there now. But here it is in black and white for all of you guys to see. What do you guys make of that?